Okay, that was weird.
I'm feeling very mellow.
Like,
right, same.
Like Rishi could have warned me that there was going to be some elevator music.
It's a pleasant surprise. Yeah.
What?
I'll take that off the anxiety of like suddenly being live.
I'm like, what? I feel so zen now. I'm out of my element. What do I do? So good morning, everybody. Hope you found us. Here we are. Today we have Celeste Freeman, who is my very awesome counterpart here at Secure Nation. I wanted everybody to meet Celeste, so everybody be friendly and nice and say hi.
Hi, everyone.
And of course, Will McCollin with the IT Center of Excellence with Pima Community College, partnership with the Arizona Cyber Warfare Range. Did I get everybody in there? I did.
Yeah, awesome.
You have the Will's like, I control all the things, and here they are.
Like the center of excellence. That's it. If you're excellent, you belong to Will.
Yes, 100%. Anyone who is afraid to say that they are excellent, get out of here. We don't need you. Claim it. Be confident, man. You own that. So let me make sure that everybody can find us.
Well, the centers of mediocre just aren't that popular.
Learning how to be excellent.
Right? Definitely. We're trying to learn how to be excellent every day. So you guys started this awesome thing like a couple of weeks ago, me and Shane and some of the other folks from Innocent Lives Foundation. I had this idea. So a lot of folks that work within different organizations on the security teams, they can't really accept any sort of vendor gifts, right? Like they just can't. It's okay. That's fine. We like ethic policies. It's all right. So they, the vendors still want to, show some appreciation for the time that they're given by the different, clients that they're able to speak with and all those kinds of things. And they can't even buy them a cup of coffee. So we came up with this idea that was going to be demos for donations. So the time that is spent by the different CISOs, CIOs, directors, whoever the guys in charge, the guys and gals in charge. If they go to see a demo of a vendor that's already signed up for the program, then on behalf of that vendor, a donation is given back to Innocent Lives Foundation. They made a page and everything. I'm so impressed. Hang on. I copied the link in our little private chat here so I could share it with everybody. Now I got to scroll back up. But, and they gave me my own personal, thing. Oh, wait, that's not it.
Well, I love it. Not all wear capes, some wear tutus. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that one is actually part of their Heroes program, which is like a recurring donation that you can do as an individual. And you get like a badge and certain levels of swag and all this other stuff. I don't know. It's all listed there. But my name is also connected to that. Look, I can't even find the LinkedIn Live. You guys have the LinkedIn Live pulled up?
No, I've been having difficulties getting to
Where
that
did it go? Where did it go? It says we're on LinkedIn Live. I clicked it. I was like, yes, we're doing that. Look, I'm going to put that right there. That's on, apparently. So we're on YouTube and Twitch as well. And that actually went to YouTube and Twitch. It says, it indicated to me. Wow. Okay. Hey, you know what? If nothing else, we'll just end up sharing the recording later. So anyway, you can go there. You can go to, that's the demos for donation one. The one I shared that's in YouTube and Twitch at the moment, because thanks, LinkedIn. You guys are doing great for me again. And the other link, copy, is for the Heroes program. And that's more of an individual thing, right? Like if you're not a CISO, CIO, whatever, director, those guys, that get bombarded by vendors all day long.
Mhm.
If you're not one of those, well, I mean, let's be honest though. Like Josh is an analyst, and he still gets bombarded all day long. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're a vendor watching this, and the title it says analyst, please leave those guys alone. Please, they're already on the edge of their seat waiting for they're like firefighters, right? And every time you ping their email box, it's like you're like, we'll eliminate all your false positives. No, you just sent me one. Like
you literally got one.
it alerts them like in a way that like gets their heart racing. Don't do that. And plus, anybody whose anxiety is up that high, they're not going to respond well. If they respond, don't do it. It's a bad idea. Okay. Stick to the other folks. And now we're into the other part of this whole conversation this morning, which is vendor outreach, the ones we like and the ones we don't. I know Celeste has seen quite a few of them. I know Will has also seen quite a few of them. I was on a very long conversation with a pal of mine, Dan Hay, who is the CISO for KingDigitalEntertainment.com, whatever. If you don't know what King does, Candy Crush, okay? That's what they do, amongst other things. But Candy Crush is the most, the one everybody usually knows. And we were chatting for quite a bit, and he ended up started sending me a few examples of his grievances. And it's stuff like, are you the relevant person at king.com? Okay, look, first of all, Dan's not secretive, okay? On LinkedIn, it said at king.com. Don't ask if he's the relevant person. Do your research. He's the relevant person, okay? The other one was, I don't know if you had a chance to read my last email. I don't know how many of you hate this, but I hate this. And I'm not even buying it.
My favorite tactic is the attempted force on the read receipt. And that is, it's just like, gosh, if I want to get back to you, I will get back to you. I promise. But don't try and force my hand. Which I always find it never really was a great tactic in marketing from the get-go.
It's a little bit of an invasion of privacy, I feel like, personally. You know what I mean? I don't want you to know if I read your stuff or not.
Yeah, well, you can always deny it, but it's an extra click, to be able to get around it. So it's a little interesting. I don't really know how much insight that gives to folks anyway. That one, or the email after they've tried to email you 10 times with the skeleton smoking a cigarette, like, are you dead or you just don't want to talk to me? Like, I'm not mean, dude. I'm just busy.
I know. You know what, though? I like that one because it doesn't take itself too seriously, though. Honestly, it's a little fun, a little. But yeah, you're right. Still, it's like, look, I saw you. It's okay. Right? I'll come back around. And I get it. I mean, Celeste, you and I are both in that position where we understand very closely what it's like to have quotas.
I've learned these lessons because I've made these mistakes in this field. And so, been there, done that. Definitely am not going back. I just always find that the easiest way for me to start a conversation is just to not even talk about work. I mean, just like be like, hey, I have this event going on, or, anything like that, and try and start a conversation that way, or like, about something that they're interested in, and kind of just make it their idea to want to work with you because you're a cool guy, and hey, what do you think about this? And not like, yeah, I guess I could call that guy 15 times. Because I think it's just a symptom of a greater issue. So, although communication does go both ways, I will agree on that side.
Oh yeah, I mean, so before I came over to the academic side, right, I was the director of cybersecurity and networks for the college. And boy, being an institution like a community college, we get deluged with with folks coming in. You know, the ones that just really irritate you was.
I know what you got that government money, right? You got that grant money coming around.
Well, the ones that irritate the bejesus out of me are the ones that are the, I missed you on the conversation yesterday, or the ones that make it sound like we've been talking and sorry you missed this, and you suddenly go, oh, did I goof something up? And those folks get automatic shutoffs. Just never again. See it, spam. You're now solidly on the spam list.
Yeah, I guess that I never even really tried that because I have too much anxiety about somebody calling me a liar. And then I'm just like, no, we didn't talk. Like, you don't even know me. But I'd love to have a conversation, and I get the best feedback off stuff that's just simple and straightforward. Just, hey, I'm your cybersecurity friend. Hey, I'm going to be talking here, hey, you want to have coffee? And that's pretty much it. People, respond really well to the simplicities. It's the anxiety that comes with the hard sell, the to catch close, the feel felt found, the overcoming of the objectives, the preemptive strike. And I know a lot about these things because I used to sell donations on the streets in Washington, D.C. So I was like hardwired to try and anticipate objections and this, that, and the third. And, in some spaces that does work. But I find in this space, there's just these working with and talking to and communicating with the people that we do, that's not what they react to. They just react to real people who actually want to bring you value and are just being straightforward. The games and the high sales pressure and the stress of it all, the 1,000 emails and the end of quarter offers 20 times, it's stressful for everybody involved, just.
Oh yeah, the one that I would probably almost instantly respond to would be the I'm a vendor. I would love to work with you. Here's what I have to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? As opposed to icons in the subject line to spam. Gartner Magic Quadrant in the subject line to spam.
Yeah. I don't want to hear you beat your chest for the first 3 sentences. I'm sorry.
Pretty much.
I want to, what I want to know? The big differentiators for me from platform to platform, we were talking about this a little bit before we actually went live, is it's so many of them. And I've got to assume that a lot of security teams feel the same because they come to us for help, right? They're like, they're all like starting to merge together, right? We can't differentiate between one platform or the other, which offering is better anymore. And I'm like, you know what? It comes down to which GUI you like, or interface, or whatever it is you want to call it, and the support on the other side, right? That's going to be some of the big differentiators.
Yeah, the customer service is probably the biggest thing that I hear about, right? Especially customer service on the back end. Now that the salesperson has secured it and everything like that, now that it's like the customer service goes down the drain from there, and that's extremely frustrating because we've just invested all this money. Now I can't get in touch with you.
Where'd you go?
Right, pretty much. So, and just setting expectations, I think, is a great part of the process. Just like you said, Will, just this is who I am. This is what I do. Let's connect, let's sync up, and just be real.
Right.
Yeah, well, from a customer,
I know it's hard. It's people. I get vendors or marketers in my inbox like, oh, I saw that thing that you said on LinkedIn, that was so cool. And it's like, what's stopping you? You could say it too, you could hop onto that thread and, just be a cool guy. It's one of my favorite things, on LinkedIn, or not on LinkedIn, on Shark Tank, when they ask them what do you want? And then people say I want you to make a phone call. And they're like, why didn't you just why didn't you just do the thing? And then there was this 13-year-old who had a company, and they were like, how did you get in Walmart? He was like, I made a phone call.
Yeah.
So I just reached out to him, and you don't got to be in 6 places at once to catch the one person that you're looking for. Like, they're in one place, you just be in one place, and you guys will cross paths eventually. It's not that big of a network.
Yeah, I definitely feel the same. I mean, and let's face it, right? We're dealing in an industry full of security people. Guess what? They already don't trust you. Let's not kick it off and validate that lack of trust in other human beings by being disingenuous right off the bat, or trying to. I mean, you're coming to offer a service, right? So that's what I hate so much about the opening line. Are you the correct person, right? Why are you making work for you? And
just feel like I did the research. I know you want to see this. Like, I did the research. I got something that you want to see. Let me know what you think.
Right. Like about it. If you're emailing this person, you should know that they're a person. Okay. Don't just go down some blind list of people.
Yeah.
Those people don't even work there anymore.
I used to be nervous about coming off as creepy, like, how do you know about that media release about when I got brought onto the job and blah, blah, blah. Well, now I see more and more posts where they're like, man, I wish you guys would just do a little research. And I'm like, wait, I'm good at that. I can do that.
They usually are pretty aware of everywhere that their information is published.
Yeah.
Again, we're in security. Okay. One of the things is just being aware of your surroundings and knowing how much information is being shared out on the World Wide Web for you. What Peter Strauss, I was doing some OSINT and noticed your XYZ. Okay, don't start off with OSINT, guys. That's creeper. That's like level 5 stalker, ex-girlfriend, scary creeper stuff. Don't.
Said that
OSINT, okay.
I didn't get a response.
I can't tell you how many vendors I've been tempted to get on FBI watch lists just by subscribing them to fun things.
Oh, wow. I never want to be that person. That's the thing, right? Like, you piss these people off. It's like, yeah, they're also not the right, because they have creative ideas like, I'm going to get the police on you. Like, oh my God.
Well, the thing that really gets me in my industry, right? I don't know why a lot of vendors don't seem to understand this, but in the education industry, we talk and we communicate. And so if you get a plonker, they're going to be a plonker across the board, right? And the thing that is really, really irritating when, for example, in my position, you're someone who has set up firewalls, DNS systems, because in education, you don't have much money, so you're not pigeonholed. You do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Don't try to shower somebody who has that kind of background with acronyms. Don't try to impress them with the latest buzzwords of the day, especially when they're teaching the subjects.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, can I just this is so serendipitous. You have no idea. And I don't want to put this person on blast because that's just not who I am. But I just got a LinkedIn pitch. I kid you not. And it is, you have to scroll on the desktop. Okay. In this message, I have to scroll. All right. And the opening line is, "Hi, Rachel. I'm excited to share that blank has now been named a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for software. Use the report to understand why."
I hope that was just like they were watching this and they were like, I'm just going to give them something to talk about.
I hope so. Because look, person, I am actually a fan of this platform. Okay. And if you want to know what platform it is, come message me later. But
and that's not to say that the Gartner Magic Quadrant isn't a legitimate measure, or that the Forrester isn't a legitimate measure of your success in the market. But like, if I'm looking for it, I can find it. You know, if this is the project that I'm working on, I promise by the time you've emailed it to me, I've already had my hands on it.
Yeah.
You know,
don't lead with the magic quadrant, because I'm going to tell you right now, out of the conversations I've been a part of and in hallways at conferences and off to the side and, you know, one-on-ones, and we're not recording this and all this other stuff, they already feel like you paid for that it's not legitimate, that it's not a legitimate measure of what it is that you can do, and they will disregard it instantaneously.
Yeah, no, I get that, because there are definitely some market players in there where I'm like, why aren't you on that? You got to be part of the club.
Right. And it can be biased in some cases, not in all, but in some, it can be a little biased, and that's just the nature of the business we're in, period. But the other thing is, this is a cold message that literally just popped up. I have to scroll through it. Can I tell you right now, after that first sentence, I'm done. I'm done. Like, you didn't get to the point. I have no idea. If I didn't know what this platform was, and it wasn't, you know, it's pretty, like, most people know what it is. I wouldn't read the rest of it. And then they go on to the next paragraph to beat their chest a bit. It's pretty cringy, actually. And there's bullet points to help me out. Just so you know.
If there's one thing that you know that everybody loves, it's a bullet point in a LinkedIn message, because that screams casual.
I'm gonna give everybody a little tip, okay? Whenever it comes to your cold outreaches, one, understand it's gonna hurt your feelings. 98% of the people you send that to are not even gonna look at it. Okay. So save yourself a little time and effort and do what I call the cell phone test. Take your email, send it to yourself, and open it on your cell phone. If you have to scroll more than like an inch or two, it's too long. You have taken way too much time. We're goldfish at this point, guys. All right. Instant gratification. I want it now. I can get it now. My phone says so. Oh, I also will have small children in and out.
Welcome to the human race.
It is. So I'm a real person. I don't know if anybody else knew that. And COVID has finally taken its grip on my family. My stepdad and my mom are the ones that watch our children predominantly. And stepdad came back positive. He was feeling a little under the weather, went and got a test, and we responsibly grabbed our children and brought them home. And now we're all quarantined for 14 days. So this is my world right here. And Walmart will be delivering my groceries. And no, that is not a sponsored message.
Be safe. Okay.
I was gonna make a recommendation, but then I was like, wait, I don't want to get in trouble.
Right. No, it's Peter, being in the
magic quadrant means your check cleared.
Yeah, means the check cleared. There you go. I just didn't
want to throw an entire organization under the bus.
Right. How do I get now? Look, I wanted to show this and now I don't. How do I get rid of it? Stop showing. Peter, you're stuck there, right under Celeste. No idea what I'm going to do with this. Super fun times.
So, you know, I mean,
no. I'm working on it. Nope, it's there now.
Yeah, the best thing is honesty.
Everybody, and not everybody's going to want to work with you. And you don't want to work with people that don't want to work with you. You know what I mean?
Another thing that's really, really irritating, we understand as a customer, right? We understand that this is a crazy business, that nobody knows it all. But don't come in with that attitude that you do. There have been too many times when you get, especially they'll bring engineers that feel that they have to hold their tail higher than the rest of the pack, right? And it's like, you know, we're not morons. We may not, you may know something that we don't, but we're not morons. So don't treat us as such, because that will get you out the door. And another thing in our industry is we have trained a lot of consultants right? You hold a project, we need help, we need a consultant. Okay, let me give you some of the basics. I didn't know this. Okay, let's help teach you on this. And, that really will strain a relationship very quickly. It's like, okay, we have to do it anyway. We don't need you.
Yeah, and from the vendor side, that's one of the harder lessons, to learn. Like Rachel was saying, it's all a numbers game. And some people are for you and some people just are not for you. And it's easier than you think when you meet that person that's like, I like you, we click, let's work together on XYZ projects. It's so much easier than trying to nose a ball up a hill with no hands, because they only kind of are okay with what you do. And so, I find that to be that once you come to that conclusion, you're like, it's easy. It's all easy peasy from there.
If you can get somebody you can trust, right? Even if you have somebody who comes in and says, okay, we've got some very expertise consultants and we have some folks that are getting going. That's okay. We can work with that because you're upfront, you're straight about it. And then you can see the long-term value of having them get to know your environment and being able to work with them and that kind of stuff. That's fantastic. Be honest, be straight.
Yeah. And you only got to send a bill or only got to send a check to one person. It's very easy on your accounts payable team. Right?
So they all usually seem pretty excited about that. Anytime I talk to anyone. So some of the things that we've gone down a list of things that are done wrong, right? So there's the list of things that you can do right? Be yourself, be genuine, straightforward, clear, honest is a word, right? If you're not sure how to answer a question that comes from a prospective client that may be interested in what it is that you can do for them, don't try and step around it. Don't try and fudge your way through it or don't do the political answer, right? People hate politicians. Sorry. But it's true, right? You don't want the political answer. You want a real answer. And if you have to defer to somebody else on your team to get that answer, that's fine. That is totally fine. Because at least we know that you're not just going to make something up. You're going to be really diligent about researching and finding the right answer and being able to deliver that and follow up on what you say you're going to do. If you're going to go find that answer, find it within 48 hours. Or if you don't find it yet in 48 hours, at least let them know that, hey, I'm still working on this. So sorry, it's taking a little extra, whatever. Steve's on vacation. Right.
Yeah. Just be real, be respectful.
Yeah. And stop saying things that sound robotic. Okay. Like in your messaging, I want you to read it out loud to your spouse or your kids or some stranger in the grocery store. Okay. If it doesn't seem natural to say somebody face to face, don't say it in your messaging. It's weird. Okay. And robotic and feels canned, guys. They know. They know all the places in your little message where you were like, insert name here, insert company name here.
Yeah. That's why they started putting little unicorns and stuff in the front of their names. It's interesting. So, you really got to take a second. If you are going to use those sorts of tactics, you really got to take a second to look through and do, your OSINT and see who's going to write you off because my first name isn't glittery unicorn, right? It's not emoji.
Some people do appreciate it. Some people don't, right? There's different flavors for everybody on what kind of professionals they like to deal with on their side. And there is, that there is like a cutoff between the ones that appreciate fun, glittery emojis. And then there's the ones that are like, this is so annoying. So just find that happy middle ground. Hey, I love when the template conversions fail. True facts.
Because then when it comes to you and now you need to be a real person and you don't know what to say because you didn't actually start the conversation, damn it. That it, just it takes control away from you in an instant.
Yeah. And I've done it, guys. Look, I'm going to tell you right now. Sometimes I go down through LinkedIn and I'll copy paste, especially like inviting to stuff like this, where I know it's going to be the same message over and over again. I will copy paste it because there's no way to like, if there is some way to message everybody at once other than just posting, I don't know what it is and I don't want to use it anyway. But I've done it before where I've copy and pasted the wrong message into the wrong box or posted it twice. And I even come back right behind myself immediately and I'm honest about it. Look, I'm copying and pasting. I screwed it up. Hey, everybody say hi to Henry. He's back.
Hi, Henry. In a sense, it makes it more authentic, right? Because you're literally taking the time to go through and pick, the people that you want to get the message across. So it does also lean towards some sense of knowing what's going on, unlike
the point I would bring out is if you, so I think this is a fantastic opportunity because I've heard that there's sales folks on the call, right? Mm-hmm. If you want to be a member of the team, then act like a member of the team, mm-hmm. right? Which means that from a customer perspective, we're looking to trust the person we're working with, which means that we hope that that person that is working with us isn't just trying to get the product to work. They have our long-term in mind too, which means that they have some awareness of our vision. They have some awareness of what our goals are and who we're reporting to. In our case, it's students, right? That we're trying to make a difference in this world. Are they interested in making a difference in this world with us? And the way that starts off is by a personal relationship. Mm-hmm. So what we want is somebody who's real. If we get somebody who's coming in very strong sales, it's like, okay, you're going to get what you need out of me and you're done. And I could be high and dry. That doesn't help me. I need somebody who can team up with me. And I know it sounds, that can be turned into a cliché phrase all over the place. But the concept is that it has to be a level of trust and reality, be a person.
And I think that is really a great way to touch on everything that we've touched on and just sort of summarize it between, the authenticity, the customer service always being first, and a sense of respect and not, making people feel like you think you're pulling the wool over their eyes. Because one thing that I've learned and that, some people that I talk to have been doing cybersecurity since before it was even called cybersecurity. And so, they really, really know what they're talking about. And there's no, I've been doing this for 5 years. Absolutely not. I know a little bit about a lot of things. So I'll probably pick your brain more than anything. And, just really making that network that way. And then you'll come to me when you want to know something, or I have resources, et cetera, just like making myself available, in less like, does anybody watch The Office? When she like creeps up on his side at the Christmas party and he's like, what? Yeah, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, we don't want to be the annoying creeper that's like, poof, what do you need? Poof, what do you need? But we're still here.
Slides the drink down the bar and is like, hey, stranger. Go on.
Right, exactly. Yeah, yes, exactly. Right. You want to have a true partnership, money, and it's going to be back and forth. And I've had those conversations as well as Celeste. One of the first things that inspired this entire stream was a very Don't worry, that's fine. Just ignore that. Woo! There is some stuff going on in my house. Okay.
That's fine.
Pete, to answer your question, and his question is, how does one differentiate themselves immediately from the pack when the general reputation of this type of individual is that they're unskilled, shady, etc.? Example, a recruiter. It is not easy. There is historically, just as long as salespeople have been selling, it's been connected to shadiness. And so that's why I noted in that sense, you're not going to, with this specific style that we use, you're not going to win everybody over, because some people are just stuck in their ways, in that fear of the hard sale, and the anxiety that comes with that. So we just, like Will said, we just do our best to let you know that we're cool, we're trustworthy. I'm not always trying to sell you something. In fact, I'm hardly trying to sell you something. I would much rather have you come to this call with me and kind of apply the screws to this vendor, so that way I know who I need to talk to, and just building a relationship that way and making it more relaxed than anything. But it is a big obstacle. It's not an easy one. So you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
Yeah, and another really good way to differentiate yourself immediately. You can't sit on my lap, baby. I love you though. He's 3. Isn't he cute? Another big way to differentiate yourself, right, is stuff like this, right? I have said it how many times. The production value of this stream is real low. Okay, it's the content.
What do you mean?
Like,
what amazing background happening right now.
Celeste is like doing way better than me. I'm like, cool, y'all come sit on the couch. Like, it's really, but share your voice on the different, especially right now under COVID conditions, right? You can't go to everybody and say hi and let them see who you are. Share a little video once a day about, hi, how are you? I hope y'all are real pumped up for today. I'm pumped up. Just something, anything is better than nothing. And whenever they do get those messages, I know a lot of people go back and click on it and go look at what you are and who you are and who and how you conduct yourself and communicate across different platforms. And that, I find more times often than not, I can say hello to somebody for the first time, and that's all I need to do, because I've put it all out there, kids. I don't hide anything. I've got articles written out there that I've written, and I am not a professional writer. I've got, streams like this one, folks that we've talked to. I engage in all kinds of different conversations on social media across many platforms. It helps.
One of the things that Rachel is brilliant about what you're doing is that you have realized one of the big values that so many consultants and groups like yours don't really realize is that you have the ability to share experiences and point out potholes that have happened in the past. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could use X product. We had one client that had difficulties this way. They were trying to implement it that way. And another client came up with this kind of solution as being better to work in this environment because, right, you have the visibility of many different places. You don't have to name people. You don't have to bring that through, but you can talk about the experiences. And you can talk about how to come up with solutions, not worrying about the product, but focusing on how to solve whatever nut they're trying to crack, and share the lessons that you've learned, right? And in cybersecurity, especially, the thing where we are falling down as a nation is that we're not sharing the information. The bad guys are, right, but we're not. And that by doing this kind of sharing of what you're doing here, and talking about things in real life situations, that makes all the difference in the world. That's gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. I applaud her also because I know that this LinkedIn Live application wasn't easy. She went through the ringer to be able to create this platform.
You guys, I was sure I was gonna have to tell one of those kids you heard screaming. Like they were pretty thorough about some stuff. There was a blood type I think that was requested and something else. I have no idea. I had to sign in blood somewhere. Yeah, it was pretty rough. I mean, to your point, Will, thank you for thank you. I'm just all right. Now I'm all savvy. What is it? The Southern women say? I got the vapors.
Yeah, but the whole concept of the human API, right?
Yeah.
You've seen the need for connections to be made.
Mm-hmm. There is, and conversations to be had to make the right decisions and the right choices. You guys, I haven't done it too often, but I've done it often enough that I've shot myself in the foot over some things. I've gotten engaged with clients before that thought 100% they wanted this one thing, and I come to find out that, you know, another part of their team actually owns that product, and all they really needed to do was extend the licensing or just communicate better amongst themselves. Mm-hmm. And I was the first one to stand up and go, you don't need this $90,000 product, guys. And you know, that's money out of my pocket because I'm not paid by the hour, right? I'm paid by the purchase.
Yeah, right.
You don't need this. What you need to do is email each other more, or like have a weekly meeting. That's cheap. And then, you know, they're, oh, thank you very much. And they don't want to talk to me anymore because now they're super offended, but whatever. Saved you a lot of man.
I mean, I've had something similar where I was like, hey, why don't you and your sister companies purchase through a consortium? And that would be great for everybody involved. Y'all would save a bunch of money. And then it was like, yeah, so we've decided to purchase through a consortium and we're using XYZ. And I was like, oh, so not me. Oh, gotcha. Thank you. I'm glad you left my idea.
in case anybody's wondering, Celeste and I don't have feelings. Okay, that's another tip for all the upcoming sales and marketing people. Do not get your feelings hurt, guys. Okay, just not
like literally nothing.
No. It's a business decision, or it's, you know, they actually do have an inbox that's flooded with like a bazillion other people that have also said, are you the right person that I should contact you for this? Like, you want to differentiate yourself, you should be like, hey, I checked you out. Looks like you're a fit for this based on all these things. And here's what our platform does. Let me know if you ever want to talk about it. And then don't email them like 2 days later. Let that sit for a second. Like, just and then in the meantime, go share some meaningful content, how you contribute to the industry as a whole, how you contribute as an individual to the industry, right? There's nothing wrong with giving out some free advice. It's really nice, actually. Thank you. Now I know who to go to if I need anything more of that same flavor. Automatically. And you didn't have to send one cold message, not one, because you already warmed it up. Easy peasy. Anyway, guys, we have gone over our time, which I'm sure we could do this for like another 3 hours. But we've had at least like 12 people figure out where we are today, because, you know, production value. But I'll be sharing the recording out. Thank everybody for grabbing a cup and circling up on the coffee table talks. We do this weekly unless there's a holiday, because we think you need a break. We need a break. It happens.
Fine. Oh, grabbing a cup and circling up. I love that. So cute.
Horrible.
Okay, everyone. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. This has really been great, and I hope to be back for more.
Definitely
discussions.
We've got some interesting things coming in 2021 for the ladies of InfoSec and STEM, by the way. That's going to be my teaser for that. So come back and follow us next week. We're going to have a whole gangle of people. I haven't even told Will yet. Will, you are the only male figure on this next
male energy.
You You're gonna be so inundated with estrogen. You're not gonna know what to do.
Hey, we're bringing on Kathy, right? So she's coming up soon. Who's a lawyer, talking about breach stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We've got some more exciting topics coming up. So we hope to see everybody again. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It also will tell you when it's live whenever LinkedIn breaks. Still love you guys, LinkedIn. Wonderful. Please don't send any mafia to come outside my house.
Go and teach.
Love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.